Tim Walz in Minnesota is in pretty hot water. A lot of fraud has been happening, as I'm sure it is in other parts of the country as well. But I wanted to point this out because it just reminded me of how much we have dodged a bullet by not having Kamala Harris and Tim Walz in the White House. Say what you want about Donald Trump. Man. It could have been so much worse. It could be so much worse. What is happening in Minnesota is just a microcosm of what would have just taken over the whole United States if they would have been elected into the White House. So we dodged a big one there. There's a lot of massive corruption and fraud happening. So, and what's really unique about this is this man, Nick Shirley, is just, he's not a small name out there. He's pretty big, well known, but he's not a huge network that is just breaking investigation, just revealing all of this. He's low key. He's low key. It's not like CNN or Fox News or any of these big networks that are out there that are breaking this. This is just a singular guy that is going around and just doing groundwork and exposing a lot of corruption that is happening up in Minnesota. Check this out. This is probably the most well-known. He goes to this place that's a daycare, but it's called the Learning Center, but they misspelled learning. Check this out.
Here in Minnesota, massive fraud is taking place within the government and the Somali population. Here, this building alone, Quality Learning Center, is a daycare, yet they spelled learning wrong and they said leering. This daycare alone in 2025 has received $1.9 million from the government. And the strange things about these childcare centers is there's no one here right now. It's midday on a weekday. And if you were to try to go inside, it's completely closed and the windows are all blacked out. No one's working, midday. Children should be in here. And this place is licensed for 99 children. And this is the outside. There's no windows, no nothing.
$1.9 million. And that, this could go up to the billions, as I'm hearing. What Elon described of the massive corruption and fraud that takes place in the government, and there's different ways of it happening, but it gets into the billions easily, and it's just flowing out. The spigot is just turned on, and what just drives me the most crazy is people are suffering. American citizens are suffering that just don't have money to pay for bills, and just massive fraud is going to people that were just brought into this country. These Somali people, which are probably good people. Like I've said before, if I was outside the United States, I would want to be here as well. But we need to take care of our own. And I know a lot of American people are getting fed up with it. I'm getting fed up with it. I'm getting so tired of it. It's
and like
really
I said,
old. All right. Also, we just want to. What Asmund Gold? I don't know you. This guy, he has a very hot take on this, and it is very interesting what he points out. I stumbled upon Asmund Gold. If you have not checked him out, I know I sound like a maybe a loser just trying to point someone out, and like I don't want to be like I'm glazing him or anything like that. But he is very just transparent. Says what he is. If you don't know him, he's a huge name out there. He's a big name out there. I stumbled upon him because I thought he was just kind of like a lefty loon that's out there. He's got some radical opinions about things, but he's not just fundamentally just tied and bought into just an ideology. He's a regular guy, and I think that is why people take him seriously, and the things that he points out. Check what he says out about this.
That's it. And average Americans are tired of having their country rotted out, looted, pillaged by a bunch of random fucking third worlders, and then asked to apologize for it because of something that happened before we were born. This is outrageous. I'm tired of it. Most people are tired of it. And I'm also tired of pretending that I'm not tired of it. It's outrageous.
That sums it up perfectly. I'm tired of just... We're losing it. I think we're all losing it. We are at a tipping point. Donald Trump has said this. We are at a tipping point in our country. We could go in one way or the other, and it's going to be massive. It's going to be just fundamentally radical for our country. We could go off the cliff, or we could go into mass paradise as a country. And I think it seems like more and more that, and I don't want to be just a black pill doomsday person, but it unless something radically changes, the people that, if the government, I think we are fed up, right and left, we are fed up with Republicans and Democrats, everyone. We're tired of it all. We want to see things happen for American citizens. People that are Americans that are just suffering and struggling, can't pay things. Inflation is just taking things to the next level where people are barely scraping by, and this massive fraud happens, and we're just told to just suck it up, get used to it. Why they are totally insulated from this. The rich getting richer, the poor getting poorer, and just there's no middle ground. There's no middle ground. So that they're fine with letting everybody flood into our country, and so that because it doesn't touch them. They're not the elites are not. They are insulated from all of this. I really like Asmongold, and I think he's very strong on his opinions. He says what he thinks, and I think it's very notable that how he just calls this out, because it is a massive crisis that is happening up there, and we need these examples, because if it wasn't for a guy like Nick Shirley to go there and be on the ground and just showing these things, what is actually happening, we would just get hearsay. Yeah, we're used to it. But when he sees concrete examples of just fraud happening and people are just struggling to get by, it's sick. It's disgusting. It's detestable. We're tired of it. Everybody's tired of it. I'm tired of it. But and I'm saying this when we would have went off the deep end if Tim Walz was put in the White House with Kamala Harris. So I think Donald Trump there, he's not perfect. He's definitely not perfect. He screws up a lot, and we can criticize him. But it's a benefit to us that we're able to even criticize him. Because if the left was in charge right now, we would not be able to criticize. That's the thing. Even though the right doesn't do everything perfect and conservatives don't do everything perfect, it's like they're almost like stopping the flood in a sense. But we're still getting tired of it. I'm getting sick and tired of it. I want change, radical freaking change to happen. And I think everybody does. Every normal, regular American citizen, which we should build up American citizens. Like, it should be amazing to be an American citizen. It shouldn't just be a normal thing that we take as cheap grace. We're just used to it. Everybody get on this. You know, there is a major benefit to being American, you know, and not just water down the citizenship message. You know, anybody can get it. Anybody can get it. That's why it's such we need change. We need massive change. And I hope Donald Trump takes this and he actually does something. He doesn't get bought out, because it seems more and more like he is just getting bought and paid for. You thought he was untouchable, but it feels like he's not as untouchable as he once was. It feels like that. You know, I think everybody understands the temperature in the room of America. Something needs to change massively, bigly, you know? So this is an example. This fraud that is taking place, it's just, it should piss Americans off. It should piss you off. If it doesn't, you need to take a look in the mirror. It should piss you off. Things like that. I mean, nobody's doing everything perfect. You know, and the Somalis that are here, they're doing what any normal, regular person that's out there would want to do. You would want to get here. You would want to take care of your own. But America needs to take care of its own. We can't help the world. We can't help anyone else unless we take care of we get our own house in order. We understand that. We've got to understand that. So this is a good thing that this has happened. It's being exposed. But let's not just try to stop the fraud going out so it just benefits the Washington bureaucrats and government officials that are there, that they're just taken care of. They're set for life, and they go to government and they increase their portfolio, you know, exponentially, you know. But regular people, we need to be funneling these things down to regular American citizens, not just, let's stop the fraud. It's not helping you. It's not helping you, the regular person out there with their bank account and how much money they got. And we need to do something for American citizens. Hyper focus on American citizens. All right. I don't know what you feel about this. I hope this strikes you. I hope something needs to change. There's you know, The older people are dying off. The new up and coming generation is going to bring radicalism. So let's try to steer it and point it in the best possible way that we could go. Otherwise, we are screwed. Otherwise, we are screwed. All right. We'll leave it at that. Smash that like button. Follow me on X and Instagram at Brandon Fogel. And I hope you have a great day.
I could see the cracks form in the paint, growing like a fire. What do I say? Can you see them?